right. Hey guys, so I've been doing a lot of tutorials lately, and I just wanted to do something special for Lent. I often think back to when I heard of the GAPS diet, which was probably 10 years ago, and I couldn't conceptualize the whole diet. I just didn't have the resources to even consider doing it. Anyways, I wanted to make a Lenten health challenge or awareness challenge to help people who, like me, who weren't terribly sick, maybe just be aware of things that are just so common nowadays that never existed before. The idea of this challenge is to give you baby steps of how you can live a healthier lifestyle. It's a little bit more than just eating more vegetables and exercising. I don't really believe those things are actually necessary to be helpful. And sometimes just removing things that could be offending you or your children and adding a few healthy things will actually greatly reduce like the amount of medicines you're taking or just other things that affect your decisions or financial situation in daily life. So I'm going to base all this information off of my education as a nurse, which actually I've learned more after that education, because as a nurse, we're trained in patient care, usually based in the hospital, and we're also trained to follow doctor's orders and be aware of different medication and situational things that come up while you're taking care of patients. We're not really trained in diet, and we're not trained in how the human body can heal itself. So, like I said before, these are going to be, okay. I am going to put out I'm hoping to do it on Sundays, but every week put out a video with just very straightforward information and tips of just ways to help your health and help your family's health. This is especially based on so like I said, it's my nursing education. I just became a certified GAPS coach, and in addition, I've seen a naturopath for a few years, so I learned a lot. You know, when you're sick, you really have to learn a whole bunch of stuff to take care of yourself. And I was probably sick enough to see a GAPS practitioner, but I was so sick I couldn't really get out of bed to do that, and I forgot about teleconferencing and other stuff that you can do. So if you are that sick, I would encourage you, if you're already like bedridden or have a very chronic degenerative disease, I would encourage you to look into these two GAPS books by Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride. They just have so much information. You can read them and just keep learning. And also go see a GAPS practitioner. That's if you're really sick. You can still benefit from these videos by any means, but I'm trying to target, people that don't necessarily want to jump full into the GAPS diet. Traditional cultures didn't have grocery stores. They didn't have convenience food. They didn't have fast food. And we live in a society where we think we have to be busy with all these other things, and we don't have time to make our own food. Personally, I think that's backwards. And I think that it's not fair to our families and our children. And now that we are about 3 or 4 generations deep into this toxic way of living, we're really starting to see the effects. Our children are really sensitive to all sorts of things. It's common to have allergies and eczema and, constipation. These are all just common, normal things, and they're not. They're new to these recent generations. And I think for me, I went back and studied Dr. Weston A. Price's information, and I was just blown away. Like, this is how people survived for thousands of years. They lived in community and they supported each other. They didn't need fast food. They probably wouldn't want it. It would probably taste gross to them. But, you know, that's my 2 cents. Once you start to understand your health in the context of lifestyle and what you're actually designed to eat, you're really not designed to eat corn syrup or, I mean, you could grow corn and eat corn, but how would you make it into corn syrup? And once you start growing things and doing things yourself, you realize, like, this is absurd. Like, how can you get oil out of rice? Why are they using a rice bran oil? That doesn't make any sense. Or sunflower oil. It would take a lot of sunflowers to make like a couple drops of sunflower oil. So, anyways, I just want to fill in the disconnect, and I encourage you to share this with people around you that are interested in learning some information and subscribing so you can get the weekly videos. I'll go over them real quick. They are, I just lost it. The first week, I'm hoping to talk about removing some offenders. The second week, I'm going to go through adding something nourishing, the top 5 most nourishing foods. Number 3 is preparing for the future, whether it's short-term or long-term, to help yourself, because now you don't have fast food. Like, I don't have fast food. I actually tried to eat Chipotle, and I just got their meat, salsa, cheese. I can tolerate cheese, and I've tolerated their guac before. And I don't know if it was the rice oil, the rice bran oil that they cook their meat in, or some preservative in the tomatoes, but I actually had a seizure. That's one of the symptoms I used to have, but now that my general level of inflammation's down, when I actually ate something toxic, it, like, you noticed it. Whereas before, my inflammation was here, so I was always having these other symptoms. But my general level of inflammation is down. So foods that I thought were bothering me, like Chipotle, I would eat it we had it as a celebration on Sunday. And I knew it bothered me. I couldn't pinpoint what it was, because I thought I didn't even eat the rice in the burrito at that point. Anyway, I didn't mean to get into all that, but just, you know, to build awareness and help yourself. So preparing for the future. Number 4 is weekly and daily habits, something just like sitting down to eat. 5, cleaning something out of your kitchen, ideas of ways to do that. 6, looking into your body care. That can be a very toxic source. Your skin is actually very it's sponge-like. It's meant to absorb everything. Within 60 seconds, your whole body has been exposed to whatever you've put on your skin. And then the last week is Holy Week, so I'm going to have some simple recipes you can try for Easter that do not have sugar, and some redemptive suffering teachings. So I hope you can get something out of this little health challenge during Lent, and learn something and share it with somebody. And I look forward to going through this with you. Thanks for watching.